Greetings and welcome to STL Soccer Talk, the video edition. I'm Tom Timmermann of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, St. Louis City beat writer, and this is not Beth O'Malley, nor is it Carter Chapley. This is Daniel Guerrero of our staff, one of our baseball writers, who also is a leading authority on Liga MX, which makes this the perfect time for you to be here because coming up this week, St. Louis City will be playing Club America of Liga MX as part of the League's Cup.
Yeah, leading authority sounds like a title I'll gracefully accept and try to live up to. But
we need to get a chyron in front of you there.
Yeah, that'll be
leading
good.
authority.
I'm going to change that in my Threads bio as a leading PD leading authority on Liga MX. But yeah, I mean it's this Thursday. I mean Club America, who I know we've. For people who are familiar with Liga MX and Mexican soccer, really the Yankees of Mexico with the most titles in Liga MX history, one of the most notable clubs. I mean, from down to the stadium, to the uniforms, to the academy players they produced. I mean, all around, this is a club that has a storied history and a passionate fan base, and now they're coming to STL City. So I mean, one of the big clubs of Mexico are going to face the new kids on the block in MLS.
Yeah, it's a team with a lot of history versus a team with very little history. So that'll be interesting to see. But obviously, it's a big game for City because it's a big opponent. It's still early in the Liga MX season, so it's tough to know too much about how Club America season is going. But they've played 2 games. What do we know about them?
Yeah, I mean they've added some players just in this recent kind of transfer window. Obviously, they're returning Henry Martin, who is a Mexican national team striker and led Liga MX in goals last season. They added forward Julian Quiñones, who's a Colombian player and is actually naturalized and is eligible to play for the Mexican national team. He was second in goals for Atlas FC last year, and just kind of a guy who has a lot of speed and is an explosive playmaker. They've added Kevin Alvarez, who played was a defender for Pachuca and started in the World Cup for Mexico. So I mean, they've had the team that finished second in the table last year, got to the semis and lost to eventual champions Tigres. But you got a team that's added, a team that has an expectation of winning and will do whatever it takes to win, and coming in kind of loaded up again for this upcoming season.
Yeah, a team with a lot of resources and not afraid to use them. For St. Louis City, they lost to the Columbus Crew 2-1 in their first Leagues Cup game. They're in a situation where they don't need to win. A tie and a penalty shot win would still be enough with the proper results elsewhere to advance. A win would help, and a win by more than 1 goal would help even more because goal difference potential tiebreaker situation here. It looks like, I mean, it's hard to say. We don't know exactly what lineup St. Louis City would use in this game. They rested some players like Roman Berkey and Tim Parker in the game against Columbus. They should be back on Thursday, but this is kind of a breather. They want to keep playing, but for some of these players, it's a long season, and if there's a break, this is the only chance to get them a break. But actually, even if, no matter what happens in this game, they're going to have a week off anyway after that because they have to wait for the Club America Columbus game to know whether or not they advance. And if they do advance, then it's another 4 days after that. So who knows? Lots going on. And also we should say, while we're talking about Mexican soccer and American soccer, City with a transfer acquisition of Nukvi Thoresen from Iceland, which is just so typical of St. Louis City to go out. They don't sign Lionel Messi. They don't sign any of the big names that you get in like in Inter Miami. But they got a guy from Iceland who is playing in the Belgian second division. But they're big on that, and it's worked for them right now, getting guys from some of these leagues that you've never heard of that aren't big names, but they have done well in this system for City.
Right, and then he gets, I mean, I'm not too familiar with the climate in Iceland, but he gets welcomed with triple-digit weather here in St. Louis for his first week as a part of the club.
Well, I don't think he's here yet, so I think he's still got to get his work permit, his visa sorted out. So, but he's going to get here in August at some point, so it will be, he'll probably find warm weather wherever. Yeah, because he's Iceland and playing in Belgium, so he doesn't have a whole lot of 100-degree temperatures in his past. We talk about this more, lots more discussion of Liga MX and Mexican soccer and how it interacts with American soccer and what this all means on our podcast, STL Today Soccer Talk, where you can hear Daniel and I talk more and don't have to look at us as an added bonus. That's part of the selling point. But take a look at that. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you find and subscribe to podcasts. Subscribe to the Post-Dispatch. And lots of stuff, both from me on soccer, Daniel on baseball, and lots of other sports there as well. But lots of good information. Daniel, thank you for venturing into the studio. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thank you.
And until next time, be seeing you.